Let me now introduce you to our dignitaries at the head table. We have Mr. Ashoka Pathirage, HUAWEI Technologies Lanka Company Private Limited, Sri Lanka Softlogic Information Technologies Private Limited. Let me also emphasize the fact that...
Thank you for joining us today in the launch of the partnership between HUAWEI Corporation and the Softlogic Group. There's been a silent revolution that has been taking place, in which digital technologies become embedded. World Bank, the global economy's worth. These gaps were clearly seen during the COVID-19 lockdown periods, where organizations found themselves completely underprepared in their supply value chain and their vulnerability to offer digital services online to capture new markets and gain the much-needed efficiencies of a digital system. The digital economy is now firmly established as a core driver of growth to nations and its industries. And the importance of digital technologies to the modern economy is undeniable. Softlogic, being born a digital company almost 3 decades ago and holding a leading position in the country for infrastructure modernization, is in a unique position to help local organizations in Sri Lanka to find innovative ways to use technology to shape their business strategy for growth. Our vast experience in the banking and financial industries, telco industry, manufacturing and retail industry, education and government space would help us to provide the leadership needed to ensure we bring innovative, state-of-the-art technology to our local organizations. The new normal has accelerated the adoption of some of our existing solutions in remote workspace, distance learning, smart classrooms, digital health solutions, and cloud services. Whilst there's been an increased interest in areas of telemedicine, smart buildings, IoT implementations, home automation, big data analytics, and artificial intelligence, where we are strongly placed to take the leadership position in the market. In Sri Lanka, we believe that we have lots more to do in terms of automation in the government, large enterprises, and small, medium enterprises. We are absolutely excited about our partnership today with HUAWEI, a leading global provider of ICT infrastructure and smart devices. We look forward to the globally renowned Tech for All program to jointly promote digital inclusion in new ways that no one will be left behind in the digital world. And in addition, there are solutions in education, healthcare, retail, transport, and many other industries which will help local organizations to embrace digital technology with more intensity in their business. Obviously, to make them more efficient, helping them to innovate new products and services, help address new markets, and above all, profoundly disrupt how value is created.
Friends from the media, colleagues from Softlogic and HUAWEI. As Roshan mentioned, it's an exciting day for both the parties, which is we are embarking on a new journey on digital transformation, how as a nation Sri Lanka can get benefited out of this. Looking at HUAWEI, we have been a company which is present in 170 plus countries, which is we have about 195,000 workforce globally. And the biggest thing is our 50% close to that, 95,000 plus is on R&D, which is we bring the biggest strength is our innovation, bringing new products, which is to fulfill our customer needs. That is the biggest strength. And also when you're looking at the growth of the organization, this Monday, the results or the annual reports was published, which is we can see a steady growth, even with the difficult times which the world is facing, but we have been growing steadily. The reason behind is the innovation what HUAWEI brings in, newer technologies what HUAWEI brings in, and we have been hearing of these new words coming into the environment, which is talking about artificial intelligence, big data, and more of such digital words coming in. And also looking at the Sri Lanka entity, we have been in Sri Lanka for 20 plus years. We have a strength about 400 staff, directly and indirectly. Also, we have about 3,000 people working with us. If you look at from a staff strength and an organization strength, possibly we are the biggest technology company in the country, which is we can say. That's the strength we bring in. So this is a focus market for us, and we have invested as a company, a global giant in our country in a bigger way. So we have been bringing a range of products to the market, which is, I will not get into the products as such, but we are bringing a range of products which is fulfill your demands. Roshan spoke about the Tech for All program. So that's a program which is we are taking downstream, how we enable the Sri Lankan community. If I take few examples, we are setting up research labs in the universities that the new generation will be able to do research on new technology using our infrastructure. Then we will have more applications built up in our country. Or even we have a program called Seeds to Future, which is we take the university students to HUAWEI facilities and blend them with the rest of the world, the university kids, and get them to learn the future is all about, what is the future technology is all about, and how they need to share or they need to plan their future in the new world, what is, we call it, we are living through a fourth industrial revolution, and it's very challenging for the future generation to be shaped up to face these new challenges, and technology is evolving day in, day out, and how this transformation has to be taken up. And looking at the partnership, we have the best of the technologies across the globe, and we need local ears and eyes to take that technology to the rural part of Sri Lanka or to our nation. So that's exactly the reason we are working with partners like Softlogic, which is who has the local strength, local experience, been there in the market, I believe, close to about 30 years plus, and that's a strength that Softlogic will add on to the entire environment. So looking at that, I will not take much of time. I think Roshan in detail spoke about the technologies and what the world is changing, how it has been changing. So here, in summary, we are looking really forward to the very strong partnership between HUAWEI and Softlogic, how the digital economy, what our nation is looking at, and how the private sector digitization coming in, it can be banking and finance, or the large corporates, SMEs, startups. Or when you're looking at from a government point of view, how the digital adoption is happening. And also the couple of things what we are looking at is how to improve the exports, which is we are talking about $3 billion goal, what we're looking at achieving at 2025. Right now we are at about 1.2 billion. And the workforce of 125,000 right now on the IT industry, which is looking at increasing up to 300,000. And how the digital education is transforming, or the healthcare sector is transforming, digital adoption. These are the areas we will work together and look at how possibly we can help the nation as well as with our partnership be able to grow strength. With that, I'll stop and thank you.
We just have one special moment. This is such a wonderful strategic partnership between two giants, Softlogic and HUAWEI. Come on, let's put our hands together for a round of applause, everybody.
They understand the value of it. So if you are doing 1.2 billion, we can easily, if you put our focus and if we have enough resources, get into $10 billion export industry. I think, it's easily we can do within the next 3 to 4 years if the right focus is there. Now we are talking so much about tourism, which we have earned $5 billion. I mean, today it is not there because of the COVID situation. So now these are the alternative industries that we can really develop, for the prosperity of our economy.
So now that $3 billion pool, there's a clear roadmap of how that will be achieved and what exactly. And also now we need to have skilled people coming in. That's where the announcement of skill decade from 2021 to 2030.
Previously, and are you working with other companies like Softlogic, or what's so special about what is an exclusive arrangement, or we only work with Softlogic?
From 1998, we come to this country to HUAWEI. So initially, we only have 3 staffs here, but until now, we have more than 400 staffs here. Currently, we are focused on the 4 business pillars. First one is carrier business. For that part, we go through rapidly with all operators in this island. Second part is the mobile business. We cooperate with other local partners. third part is enterprise, and the fourth one is the cloud business. So today here, we are very excited to announce our partnership with Softlogic Group together, especially in the enterprise and cloud business.
Enterprises in Sri Lanka, out of which 75% is small medium enterprise. And if you take cloud services, cloud can give you 3 types of services. Platform as a service for software programmers to develop their programs. And you have the infrastructure as a service where you provide storage and different other services that present telco companies give. And there's something unique called software as a service. And the whole idea of us teaming up today for cloud services is to bring in the software as a service. Now what does it make, how different does it do with other solutions? It's scalable, it's also price sensitive, where small medium enterprises in Sri Lanka can start embracing digital transformation. Because looking at the future, the Asian growth model of being the cheapest will no more be something unique, because automation will take over and other countries will start becoming very, very competitive.
Improving automation in the private sector. Why did you all take such a long time to move into this area, and how do you intend helping the automation in the public sector?
We have been doing these solutions for a long time, but today we are announcing our partnership with HUAWEI. So we have many partnerships with HUAWEI. We work with many global players, and we provide solutions to the government sector. So the government sector, as you know, is a process. It's a tender procedure, right? I mean, that's ICTA. There are many, bodies, right? I mean, who are coming out with what their requirements, and we have to go through a process. So our job is that we present solutions to these bodies, so then they have to incorporate that, and they have to make it a tender. So complete process. And as you also know, the government sector, it moves. It's not like the private sector. It takes time. That we also have to appreciate that sometimes, because they need to make sure the transparency is there.
අද මම හිතන්නේ විශේෂ දවසක් HUAWEI ශ්‍රී ලංකා ආයතනය සහ Softlogic ආයතනය අතර අපි සම්බන්ධතා ගිවිසුමකට ආවා. මේ enterprise business කියන මේ IT businesses HUAWEI ආයතනය මගින් ලෝකයේ විශාල රටවල් ප්‍රමාණයක අපි කටයුතු කරනවා. ඒ IT products ලංකාවේ අපිත් එක්ක එකහුව වෙලා ඒවා ප්‍රචලිත කරලා ආයතන වලට රජයට ඒ වගේම මේවා අවශ්‍ය කරන අයට ගෙනියන්න කටයුතු කරන්න තමයි අද එකගතාවයකට ආවේ Softlogic ආයතනය. වැදගත්ම දේ තමයි ලෝකයේ විශාලතම ආයතනයක් වන HUAWEI ආයතනය මේ තාක්ෂණය පිළිබඳව මේ තාක්ෂණය රටට ගෙනියන්න, ඒක ලංකාවට ගෙනියන්න ලංකාවේ මේ පිළිබඳ විශේෂ දැනුම තියෙන ආයතනත් එක්ක සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒකෙන් තමයි අද අපි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ මේ පැමිණි එකගතාවයෙන් ඒ තාක්ෂණය රට තුළට ගෙනියන්න.